time to let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will be free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, what is going on, everybody? It has been a while, ladies and gentlemen. I know that. Oh, I'm a little rusty here. Let me figure out how to click all these buttons here and do all these fandangle things here. Oh, what's going on? We got Mr. Jamin Rooney, Randy Russell. We got Mr. Mike Ball in the house. Fat Glide. Oh, my Lord. We have Bedlam's Biker Asylum in here. Lord help us all. So, it has been a hot minute, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to explain why. Throw that up there in a little bit if you guys want to click in a little bit later here after I'm done rambling and explaining my tragedies, the reason why I'm not playing on YouTube. So, I've actually enjoyed my time on YouTube here. I know it's only been about a year or so, and I know starting out with this, it was a little different, living situation, everything else. And we had thought when Megan and I had come together and we said we were going to do all this and everything, and we thought we had a pretty good schedule and, life around the house with the kids and everything were good and things were working out. And then life threw us a bone and we were able to secure the home and land that we wanted. And unfortunately, that took a little bit of time because we had also remodeled in the process. So the remodeling and everything took a little bit longer because we were doing it ourselves. And yeah, so that was one of my excuses and procrastinations. Then it was my work schedule and everything wasn't working out and everything. And that is true. I do work a lot of hours. I do now have a new job. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I am laid up. I have traded my Harley for a wheelchair. It's snazzy. I'm sitting in it right now. I can wheel back and forth like woo and all that. But yeah, I'm laid up. I had an accident at work because I was an idiot and was doing something. It was something we were supposed to be doing. It was just in a manner I thought that was unsafe, and well, proved it was unsafe. So, because of the time of the year and the lovely medical system and everything that we have here, I'm going to be laid up for I don't know how long. I know it's my right leg. There is a huge bulge in the right side of my leg that at first everyone was saying was fluid. And now that some of the swelling has receded and whatnot and everything, it is not fluid. That is definitely a ligament or what is left of a ligament balled up in my leg. I guarantee you. X-rays looked good. That's about the only thing I got done. other than getting put in a immobilizer brace and crutches and told that I should get a wheelchair to wheel myself around. So other than that, obviously, my riding time for this year and the next is done. So that sucks. But yeah, so some things have come up, and I really haven't been necessarily the most active person on here, and that's due to my own fault. Um, life in general, stressing about things that don't matter, listening to people that I shouldn't be, and making choices. But in a sense, it all comes down to me, so it's on me. So, uh, through this journey into the internet streams and everything of the motorcycle niche, uh, I've had fun. I've been able to see the goals that I had set because let's be honest, in the beginning, I'll be honest, when I came in here in the beginning with the start of this, the end goal was for Meg and I to obviously enjoy and document our travels and different stuff. And the end goal was to actually start a uh, clothing company. And we were going to go through that and go through the show processes of that, which would actually lead on to a second YouTube channel and whatnot and everything, kind of do the Lee Stewart thing. And anyone that doesn't know who Lee Stewart is, go look him up. Actually, if you guys follow some of the top guys in our niche and everything, like Shade Tree Surgeon and them, you will see his artwork and you will see his products from time to time. So I know that Shade Tree uses Lee or has used Lee in the beginning and so on and so forth. But that was actually supposed to be the end goal and everything. But with time and everything, and everyone knows how the economy is and blah, 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 it didn't work out. Like I said, I just currently got a new job. That's fine. But I was working crazy hours. And we'll go back down memory lane here and everything for people that didn't know is that for close to 15 plus years, I was in the fire and EMS service. And most of that time was volunteer, a couple years paid. Also did emergency dispatching and a few rescue teams and whatnot in the counties or surrounding counties and whatnot. And also through other jobs and stuff, had worked on emergency response teams and everything on different sites and everything that I worked on, from power plants to pipeline, pipeline spreads and some large projects. So, and I was in that for close about 15 years, about as long as I've been riding and everything like that. Well, it's been longer because I've been out of the fire service for about 6 years, about as long as I've been with Megan. So, through an unusual series of events, I kind of reconnected with my father. Long story short, our relationship has never been good. He's never, boohoo, daddy wasn't around. Nah. But anyway, in helping him, I kind of find myself in an opportunity and was actually presented an opportunity to rejoin the fire service and everything under the volunteer level. And I'm in the process of figuring that out now. Because kind of like some other things in the culture and lifestyle of the motorcycle world and everything, politics come into play. People that you call your brothers in the brotherhood and everything, how that goes, and how tensions can rise and how things can just take over your life in a negative manner. I have struggled with alcohol abuse and prescription pill abuse at a younger age, way younger age. But the drinking didn't stop until about when I met Megan. And I'll be honest about that. I was a train wreck for many years, but I was very proficient and very knowledgeable in the emergency response department. because I took it serious. It was my life. It became my life. And unfortunately, the BS, the outside BS that doesn't need to be part of organizations and everything, was, and it affected me that bad to the point where I made a choice to walk away. But that was in a sense to save, kind of keep Megan and the kids away from that and me kind of lapsing and going back to drinking and everything. So I just want to be straight up with that. So, but I was actually asked by a couple members of an organization to come back and help a local fire department, kind of with training, the regular weekly training and whatnot, and then also help with some things behind the scenes as far as SOPs and SOGs and maybe rewriting some bylaws. But that's neither here nor there. That's a decision I got to make on my own, and it's leaning towards I'm going to do it. Why? Why would I do that? Because my youngest is seeking more knowledge and interest in wanting to do fulfill a path in emergency services, and I feel the best way to do that and help him along the way is to let him grow up around it and help him through it and kind of make it a family affair here. So I know how time consuming the volunteer life can be just alone. I know there's guys and myself where missed countless hours. We've left in the middle of dinners, in the middle of cooking dinners, middle of weddings and whatnot, special events, just to go answer every time that buzzer dropped. So I am trying to set it with a family that I wouldn't necessarily be doing that on the regular. And that's why I said about just helping administratively and through training and kind of bringing up the younger guys. So, and what had worked out with that, and the reason why I picked, like, starting out with the YouTube thing, the reason why I used to pick Tuesdays is because I always made sure my schedule was cleared on Tuesdays. Why? Because normally it was training through the fire department. So it was like always in my mind that Tuesday was just the day to do stuff. So unfortunately, going back, obviously Tuesday nights are not going to work for me. So as far as anything YouTube wise, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm conflicted with the whole thing, and it's just kind of a mental thing. And it's not, everyone can boohoo and go back all the way back to last year's Christmas fucking extravaganza, which was just amazing, right? But I got caught up in the bullshit. I'll just be honest, man. Made bad choices, hung out with bad people, and that's what happens. So um it's a bummer. And I know that kind of hindered everything. And then I was kind of conflicted with just how some people do and say, like, I don't know, man, it's hard for me. Like, I'm always headstrong when obviously, like, I'm headstrong when I think I'm right and everything and whatnot. And I feel how things should be. But in a sense, I know to sit back and take it from someone else's angle. And I mean, I really can do that. I mean, I mediated plenty of BS to have to be in positions to do that. But I feel like sometimes some people just push this bullshit narrative that they're this or that, and you catch them in this shit and you kind of call them out on it and everything. And it's like they just go on being happy little bullshit. And I've been out and I've met some great people, and there's some people, well, I'd say about 90% of everyone that I met through the YouTube and everything that I've actually met in person and experienced with, they're exactly what I thought they'd be. And it's been a good time. I've had great times with them and experienced some things. There's just some people that obviously you're not going to get along with everybody, and it is what it is. But I've also noticed that in this realm of internet and everything, that obviously there is no repercussions or consequences for what you say or what you do. And I think it's bullshit. And I know that there is other higher, guys who have reached well higher levels than I probably ever will that have hung it up recently. And there was some good podcasts with some solid guys and gals that made great points, had great interviews, and they just got caught up in the same conflicting things that I am. So it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what I really want to do anymore. I mean, I love talking. I love getting a hold of anybody that knows. I'll hit up one of these guys and I'll be on the phone with you for 2, 3 hours if you want. And we'll talk about anything. And that's kind of how I wanted to be with this podcast. But then it seemed to be for other people, it was like it was a political move, or was it the right way to go? Should I really go on his show? Or, oh, should I say screw him and go on someone else's show? I don't care. But it got freaking ridiculous when you try and schedule people up weeks in advance. And with my work schedule and the things that I'm doing with my kids and my wife and life and blah, 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 that you sit down on a Tuesday night, you think you got everything set up, and someone sent you an email or a big FU that, well, I felt it, I don't want to go on your show because so and so said it shouldn't. Like, I don't get it. Like, I feel that being judged by the number that pops up underneath your little tab is a bit bullshit. You know, being invited to an event just because you're above so much is bullshit. You know, Mikey Mike, what's up, dude? See, I get excited. I don't give a shit. Like, I get excited when I see guys like that because the sad part is like Mikey Mike can be like, we were on Ray's stuff there a couple nights in a row, and we were having great. I thought we were getting along great and having real discussions and stuff. Now Mike made the decision to delete his stuff at a certain point and everything. And as he's saying, he says he feels great and it's a great thing. That's great. I'm actually bummed out because, as some guys do behind the scenes, that's how they try and get to know somebody. And especially when you're, a couple thousand miles away, which I know he moved, but I don't know where he moved back to. I don't know if he's in Michigan or somewhere in the Midwest there. I'll have to hit him up later about it. But that's what I'm saying is that some of us we've grown friendships, tighter acquaintances across the internet because of this. And I'm grateful for that because right there in the thing is Bedlam's Biker Asylum, which on paper and everything, if you look at me and look at him and how people have been like, oh my God, you guys are opposite, we're actually fucking pretty much the same. And we had a great fucking trip together, dude. We did about 4,000-mile round trip together, met in Illinois and everything, went all the way to Laconia and back, and it was fucking awesome. Wouldn't trade it for a world. Was there hiccups, rain, hail, storm, blah, 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 blah? Yeah. Wouldn't trade it for the world, though, because it was fucking awesome. A couple other guys that I met through the whole thing, Mike Ball. By the way, tonight, make sure, I believe at 9 o'clock our time, over at the Insane Wheels channel, Mike Ball. Mike Ball is sitting down with TJ, Mr. Professional Monkey. Make sure you go in and check in and support both of them and listen to what they have to say. I enjoy working behind the scenes and everything with Mike. I also work behind the scenes on some other things, and that's a thing too. I kind of always have this problem that I always have too many irons in the fire. But in a sense, I feel better because, yes, in a sense, you can go negative and say it's procrastinating and prolonging me from putting shit out here on the internet. But in a sense, I'm helping other people go do what they want to do. Like, I've already met my goals. May not have, oh my God, yeah, we didn't see success and we weren't 1,000 subscribers and we didn't do this shit and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. The point was to meet new people, go to new events, and have new experiences. That was it. Period. And I met some great fucking people, man. I have no shame in saying if I get off of this, I get off of this. But I'm not going to sit here and constantly, every time I hit somebody up or I get messages on the gram or emails asking if I was going to come out or, oh my God, you should do this or you should buy this and that. I'm sorry, but by, with the economy and everything and just my mindset to begin with, I'm not buying shit just because of YouTube. I'm just not doing it. I was lucky when I started this whole adventure that I had 3/4 of my setup when it comes to lightings and everything, because Magna and I had a video photography and video company. And it's still cheap as shit. I don't care. I mean, yeah, I went out and went crazy and bought this mic, and this little P4 pod track thing, but I didn't go crazy. I didn't go out and buy like a $700 mixer board and shit like that. It is what it is. And the sad part is I had videos. I have some great interviews. I just got to have the time to sit down and go through them. And yeah, some people want to, maybe you should work it down. Oh, you should only do interviews that are half hour long. Well, dude, I'm sorry, dude. I can't sit there and just do rapid fire shit. That's just not me. And that's not fair to the guest because you're just going to have the guest on their toes. They're going to be nervous. They're not going to know what's going to come out of the mouth. And you're not having that genuine conversation. Like, I don't want this censored. Oh my God, what are these guys going to say? Or what are they going to do? What's the repercussions if I say this type of shit? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not worth it to me. It's not worth it to the viewers, and it's not worth it to the guest. The sad part is that there's about 3 other podcasters, and kind of they were getting into the moto vlogging thing that they were great. I love their followings and stuff, and they literally just kind of ended everything because they just get caught up in the thing. Now, yes, some of them are kind of in the MC thing, and it was becoming a challenge, and things were calling into question on that. And yeah, just yeah, half hour, just like Joe Rogan, right? Yeah. And I don't know, man. I've been conflicted with this shit. Like, I took this trip, like when we took the trip, I was talking with Bedlam weeks in advance. And we're like, maybe this is the reset. Maybe this will kind of jump our gun, rejuvenate everything. We're going to want to be creative. We're going to want a video and all that stuff. And I started videoing. I half-assed started videoing before I left, literally a half hour before I left. And by the time I hit the first stop in Maryland, I didn't give a shit. I just wanted to go. So, and then when we got down to Illinois and everything, to the first part of the trip, and we were at the first rally and everything, I was having that great of a fucking time and hanging out with people that are all followers or different people. And it was, it was more worth that. Was it a good reset for me? Hell yeah, dude. I haven't had like, that was almost like a 2-week vacation. I haven't had like 2 weeks. I haven't even had like a fucking week off in like forever, And that's what I'm saying, Fat Guy. But like, coming into this, you wanted to, and I was already helping guys out before I even started this shit. And you want to get involved, and you want to help support this guy and support that guy and smell that gal and everything. But where's the give back on it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why sit there and take up the airtime of my shit to shout out everyone else, and then nobody gives a flying fuck, or I get some bash you fucking video out of the blue for nothing? It sucks. I felt conflicted in the matter, but I don't know. We're throwing around the ideas. Like I said, if you guys looked at the thumbnail, it said, hooks, irons, and Harleys, which I felt like it would kind of work out in my favor with the new thing, kind of going back into the old lifestyle of things with what I did before, that we could get some stories, and maybe some guys would appreciate seeing the behind the scenes things with some operations of a volunteer fire department and stuff. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out the wall, see if it'll stick or something. I still like to do video. I do like doing the video editing process. I do like doing, I do like creating, I do, but people literally started to find a reason to tie political shit into whatever I had going on. Jokes on them. I haven't voted in 25 years. I'll be like, check this river out next thing. So yeah, dude, it's I don't know, man. I give a shit. That's the problem. I care way too much about people when I get involved with them, because if I'm gonna actually take my time and put the effort in the shit for someone, you have to be. Because if not, then you're just half-assing it for everyone, and then you're not really helping them, you're hurting them. But when you ask that in return, all you get is a fucking a thumbs up and a fucking shit ass comment on the side, right? Or they just fucking ghost your ass and fucking bash you in the next two fucking videos low key. Ain't that great? So, and I'm not salty about anything. I'm not hurt about it. It's just the fucking truth. And the sad part is like I'm not even active on this shit. I haven't dropped the video. The last two videos I did, listen, I am so self-conflicted on that shit because it was clickbaity bullshit. And in the beginning, my thoughts and intentions was to actually make sure I did shit that brought like, yeah, we could do newsy type shit, but at least it was going to be real shit and the facts were going to come out and everything. And it just turned into this big, like, it was definitely clickbait shit. And just the recall video blew up. And yeah, it was great. But the messages, the comments, and everything else that I got was ridiculous. I mean, just straight up ridiculous. And it's like, ugh, I didn't want to do it. And then some things, yeah, they're time sensitive. You get some things out there and it's like, all right, well, if I don't post it up from here, who gives a shit? Because everyone's going to know about it next week. Like racing and shit. Like I know there for a while I wanted to do a racing podcast and I've already asked or a racing channel or whatever you want to call it. And I was like, I can't keep up with it. And I'm not going to, some of these guys, they're on the phone 24/7. They're talking to car owners, series producers and shit like that. I ain't got time for that shit. Like I said, the only reason I got time to be on here now is because I can't walk. So I don't know what to tell you. Anybody could come on. I ain't gonna bite your head off or nothing, man. Like I don't give a shit. I just want to go back to having fun and just fucking hanging out on this fucking shit. I'm tired of stressing about shit. Okay, let me be real about two different kind of lifestyles here. And it's funny because there's a quote in a infamous Firewacker film from the 90s. Is that the great thing about being in the fire service and shit is you can't fake it to make it. Period. And I used to love that shit. Because you couldn't. But it's funny how some fucking guys can come on here and be on here for fucking years, spouting their fucking mouths off, saying that they're this and that. And then when it's fucking brought to light that they've been lying their ass off for that time, and in a different time, that would have meant they would have got their asses beat and everything. They're still fucking free to go roam and run their mouths on the internet still. But now we're going to be showing products and fucking showcasing shit. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like that irritates me. I don't know. Come on, Bedlam, you fucking jackass. You got the link. I'll put you on speakerphone. Where you at? Where you at? Somebody click the link. Mikey Mike. Come on, man. We haven't seen you in how long? Come back. Come back, man. One time only. One night only. I'll split. Listen, dude, I will give you 80% of what I make off of this video, which is jack. I'll give you the jack and I'll eat the shit. It's all right. Well, you can go live from your phone. What's the problem with that? I've done it plenty of times. I don't know. Like I said, man, I've thrown up a couple things in the community channel, like community tab, whatnot, like couple things, like even to let you guys, because I know there's people that just like to, they get along with me and they watch and they keep in contact and whatnot, and that really hit me. That well, it wasn't the first year I went to Gettysburg. The first year doing YouTube and going to Gettysburg and everything, I actually met up with somebody that was a fan and met her and her husband and went riding, had breakfast together, and it was great. And I thought, holy shit, this is awesome. Like, it wasn't awesome because, oh my God, you got fans and shit, but you actually get to sit down and actually meet people from the internet in different states and whatnot. And it was a good thing. It made you feel good, made you want to do this shit. But when you put it up there and you actually you put up ideas that bring some kind of actual substance or content to like whatever I'm doing, and I get just go, live hangout, live, just go live, live, live. Like, didn't we just go through all this bullshit last year? Like, everybody was going fucking live, and it just turned into this one big shit show for everybody. It's like every other week we were waiting for who the fuck was gonna piss who off. I mean, it was a crapshoot. Like, by the end of the 1 week, somebody be pissed off and firing back on the internet some way or another. I thought we did get to know each other, Rick. Come on now. Rick's a better YouTuber than I am, man. That motherfucker was on the ball. Like, I didn't even film I barely even filmed when I was down at Hog Rock. This motherfucker was on it 24/7, dude. And he was partying. That boy was lit the entire time, man. We had a great fucking time. I loved riding with this fucking dude. I loved fucking just, even when we were just fucking chilling at the campsite and everything, and even when we just grabbed our chairs, said screw everyone, we just grabbed our chairs, went out to the concert area. Dude, we just had a fucking blast, dude. I don't give a shit. Rick is a real motherfucker, yo. So anybody that's got something bad to say about him, fuck you, dude, because that's a fucking real one right there. But like, I just want to do shit that actually brings like even the small travel and the moto vlogging shit. What happened to moto vlogging? What happened to that? Like, actually, I thought that's what really started all the shit, even going back to like Yami Noob and like all the, Ricer guys and shit like that, and some of the guys that started out big and shit. Like, what happened to actually just doing the riding and shit? Because, like, in a sense, it made fucking sense to me, because I had conversation with guys on thingies for a while saying that they either can't ride anymore because of health issues, or blah 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 blah, or it's miserable in their region when it's nice here, and blah blah blah, and they kind of like vicariously ride through you on your videos and shit. So it's like, well, shit, I'll do that. But then you want to try and follow the curve. Everyone wants to go up. Everyone wants the race to 1,000, and all that other bullshit, and what a fucking headache, dude. It's a fucking headache. And I get it. It's a grind. I get it. The guys that are doing it and they're successful and all this other bullshit, it's great. Hands down to you. I love what you're doing. Oh my God. Look at this shit. Look at this. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, you bastard. He was teasing me. What a cock tease. He made you stay up past midnight. Is that what's happening? Because I don't know, you didn't show any skin on our trip. I was a little concerned. I mean, maybe a nipple. You flashed a nipple here or there. Come back, you bastard. Put the link back. Fat Glide. Haven't even got a chance to meet up with that bastard yet. And he's only a couple hours away. All right, let's try this again. There he is. What's up, dude?
What's up?
Not a whole hell of a lot, brother. It is what you see. One big shit
I had
show.
this feedback loop going on, and I don't know why.
No, it's probably
Maybe that's better.
It's probably my horrible internet.
Yeah. There we go. I think I got it.
Yeah, you're good, dude.
So how's everything?
Well, you see it, dude. I'm laid up.
What happened? Because I don't even know what happened. What happened?
At work, unloading a trailer and everything like that, and I had about 2,200 pounds of shit roll into my leg.
Boom.
There's a nice little gnarly knot about yay big off the side of my leg that they're like, oh, it's fluid, until the swelling went down. I'm like, nah, that's probably the rest of my lower ligament.
Oh, that's nasty. I'm actually going to get my CDL in January.
No shit.
Yeah, I'm going to start driving. I went back for I think I lasted about 12 hours. Manufacturing guy, I'm from Detroit, so it's like everything here is build something, and I've been doing this shit forever. And you know, I'm out in Oregon, out in California, doing all this traveling with the wife. I'm like, I'll just hop right back into what I was doing, and then I get into this plant, and I'm in a room inside of a room, and everything's climate controlled. It was all aerospace stuff, and I'm like, dude, I can't do this. Like, I can't do it. Like, went the first day I came home, my family was like, you all right? I'm like, no, I think I hate this. Went back the following day. Boss came back from lunch. I walked in there. I'm like, I don't think this is going to work. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. Listen, you don't even have to worry about paying me. I ain't even worried about it. Just keep the money. I'm walking the fuck out of here right now. Like, I am out. And that was that. Went from there, drove to a little CDL school, and got my paperwork to fill out and do all that good stuff. Damn, I'm down to 5%. I might die on you.
How long is that going to be for?
The school?
Yeah.
4 weeks. It's 4 weeks full time, so I'll be going 5 days a week.
What is it, Roadmaster?
I think it's U.S. truck school or U.S. truck driving. It's a really big one here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Probably
are you signing a contract with someone to help pay it off, or are you just going to pay it out and just go do you?
Paying it up front. Yeah, paying it up front, just so that way I can move around if I need to. I don't want to be tied to somebody.
That's what I did, dude. I threw the money straight up and fucking just ain't tied to nobody.
Yeah, and figure it out from there and see who's willing to take a risk on a first-time driver. They hooked me up with a few companies and did a pre-screen of my driving record and all that good stuff. And a few of those companies sent back, yeah, we'll hire him. Yeah, we'll hire him. Yeah, we'll hire him. I'm like, all right, cool. So you got jobs ready for me, and all I got to do is worry about financing. And I'm not even going to finance it. Like, I can figure it out. I got enough crap around here that I haven't seen in 2 years that I could sell off to get it done. And
the thing with that, getting into the trucking and everything, man, it's not a bad thing to. I feel in certain just off the street shit, if you're looking to do your CDL and you're going through a school and all that shit, driving for a mega carrier for at least a year is not a bad thing. It all depends on the account. If you can make the account work for you, because people bust your balls like Fat Glide sitting there like Swift and them. Like, well, I drove for Warner. I said I wouldn't drive for any of these mega carriers. I ended up driving with Warner for almost 2 years. Why? Because I was on a Coke account. It was perfect. I was home every weekend. I snuck home at least once or twice a week with returning loads, and it worked out great. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good. It looks like what they have going on here, it's all local crap because we have all these plants around here. So I'll be hopping plant to plant, which is a real bummer because it doesn't seem like I'm going to see a freeway. It's really up and down. Where I'm at here, Mound Road is just plant after plant after plant. And it's, you take a dashboard from one place, bring it over to another place, and it's going to be a mother, But it's, what are they, drop and hook? Is that what they call it? See, I'm trying to get the terminology.
Yeah, if you're just picking up and dropping off, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I went to JB Hunt and everyone was like, oh my God, but I was at the rail. And the rail work for the last 2-3 years was on fire. I mean, everyone was making bank, whether you were a company driver or an owner op. And it's funny because the local spot that I finally ended up at now, where I'm actually happy, my family can see it. Literally, it was 3 days before I got messed up. The old lady goes, you come home and you're happy. Like, you work insane amount. You work way more hours now. Well, we're ag exempt, so we don't have to do. We have no time clock. We have no bullshit, so I can work as many hours as I want. But I come home, yeah, I'm beat, I'm tired, but I don't bitch about nothing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. There's already a shortage of sun in the state as it is. Then you start piling on a plant, and then a plant inside a plant, and staring at a blueprint all day long. And we got to fill out this, do the TPS report for that. And I'm like, dude, this is stupid. Like, this is really stupid. No wonder cars cost so much. Like, this is ridiculous. But
no, man, I hope it works out for you, dude.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been something that I've wanted to do for a long, long, long time. And the wife was going to school while I was working, and it was like I had to do it in order to get her through school. She got through. We start traveling, and now it's my turn to go find something that I wanted to do. So this is it.
See, that's part of like our 6-year plan. We had talked about this before too. Is like I was just waiting for the old lady to like, we're waiting for the kids to be old enough that we can, leave the nest. And we talked about doing the traveling shit because she can make bank just on the contracts and shit. Hell, I remember talking to Hells and them about it because they're in the same boat. They're doing the same fucking thing,
Yeah, killer. And right now she's local. She's travel local. So we're 25 minutes outside of Detroit. She's working in Detroit. We know Detroit, so we know where to go and where not to go.
Right.
That particular area that she's in is actually really damn nice, and she'll be there for probably the next year and a half, I think. Who knows? They're trying to hire her on as a staff nurse, and if the money makes sense, okay.
Yeah. Right now, Megan actually went back. It's funny. Megan ended up going back to her old job, which like she's still doing like CNA LPN work and all that stuff, but she's actually managing under the same company. So she's under 1 or 2 buildings. She takes care of 1 or 2 buildings, and then she's actually only working as a CNA and all that on the side. And right now it works out because she's salary right now, which I wasn't kind of too happy about, but it's working out. At least we know we have that guaranteed bread coming in every, we know what's coming in. But we talked about it before. I'm like, if you want to, we'll start picking it up because, she has all these friends that, there's a husband and wife team. Like the wife works down towards here and she's making so much a week, but then the husband will go up to like New York and all that, and he'll bring back like 3 times that amount of money. And it's like,
It is. You get to the coast, the money's a lot better, and that's why we loved Oregon and California so much because the money's way better out there. You just got to be able to tolerate the coast. That's all. And in short spurts, it's great.
Well, and that's what I told her. I said we're gonna have to do it because like my biggest thing was I was always worried about work. Like I cannot not work. I'm already going nuts. You should. I'm dead beat because I'm beating the shit out of myself, fucking running around with crutches and everything. So, but I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I'm like, well, I guess I could try and bebop around with the truck driving shit. Like that was my first idea. Or get my own.
True about that is that if we relocate or decide that we're going to end up staying somewhere, like it's not like truck drivers aren't needed everywhere. You know what I mean? Like that's a nationwide job. Manufacturing, on the other hand, dealing with car parts, that's here. I mean, you have a little bit of it in Tennessee, a little bit of it in Texas. It's nowhere near what we have built here. I mean, I can walk in tomorrow and go do whatever I wanted to do. So it's but that business too is that up and down and up and down. And we've dealt with layoffs. 2009 was terrible for us. We were right in the ground zero of that collapse. Hung on until like 2011. We were actually, what's even funnier about all that too is we were in the process of losing our house during that time in 2011, and actually walked away from it. And I think my wife had like 3 months left of school. Like that payment would have been nothing. And ironically, we had to rebuild and get back up. Ironically, that house is now, even now with the property values as high as they are, listed at like the same price we bought it for. So it really did us a favor to get us the hell out of there because it wasn't in a great neighborhood.
No, my actually a friend of mine's actually struggling with that right now. He went and dumped money. I kept trying to tell him like, dude, don't dump money into it. Just don't dump. And it's just the area. It's the sad part is 10, 15 miles down the road, there's house going for, 6-digit values and everything. And fucking his house ain't going to go after 45,000.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
location, right? That's what they say.
Yeah. And the sad part is it's not that bad of an area. It's just it's old coal country, man. That's all it is, man. That's what ruins it.
Yeah, it's crazy too because it's so freaking beautiful. You know what I mean? Like it's such a beautiful area, and it location. I remember riding down when I was riding through the southwest or southeast Ohio into West Virginia, just looking at those mountains, like wow, and they're just shacks and shacks and shacks, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, wow.
Yeah, you'll definitely out there towards the western end of the state, PA and the Ohio and all that. It's like that. It's worse. It's worse out that way than it is in the central region area, which it's kind of like it's shitty. Like some of it, like like you'll go bebop from one town to another, and you'll know what town flourished and what town didn't.
Right.
and sometimes you're just rolling through a ghost town, and it's just a shock because you're only like an hour from a major city and wonder why, you know.
Yeah, how does this happen? And it's crazy. You know, I've been Detroit poor, but I have not been West Virginia poor. Like I got there, I'm like, holy, like I get it now. Like I get it. Like, what a blessed life. Thank God that it's not that bad, you know. And
Well, see, Bedlam got to see it. Bedlam got the witness, and I've actually sent pictures. If you'd watch some of the lives from out back, you'll see it. There's an old like Fleetwood fucking like 60s, 70s fucking camper out back on the property. I used to live out of that, like even as a young child and shit, and like almost died in that shit because it was the old kerosene fucking spitting heaters and shit. And I told Megan when we got together and shit, because we ended up in that single wide and shit, and I was pissed, dude. I was devastated. I looked at her, I was like, I wish she would have never. And she totally did it because I was over the road and I really wasn't there to answer questions and shit. And I was like, I wish she wouldn't have done this because I said I was never going to go back into a fucking trailer again. And I know my family lives in trailer parks and everything. Before anybody in the side chat goes, I live in a trailer. I'm saying from my thing is that I work my ass off to not to live in that situation.
I did that same thing with my hometown. Like I'm from actually Warren, which is right on the border of Detroit, and it's 8 Mile. The movie. If you see that, that's the neighborhood. And
okay,
promised myself that was my drive, and I'm like, I am not letting my kids grow up like this. Like I watched this crap go on in this school, in this neighborhood. You know, I got people getting stabbed 2 doors down, houses exploding, people trying to kill each other. Like I'm like, no, they will not grow up here. So I completely get it. If I would have landed back in South Warren, I'd have been like, oh, what did I do wrong? What did I do? You know.
Well, it just sucked because the location and everything that we were at, it just fucking. Oh, now we're getting a tour. Look at those legs. Wait, can we pull him off for a second? We'll pull him off for a second. We'll see if he comes back. I mean, this is what I'm saying. This is the only thing. Like, I like that real talk. Like, you can just sit down and have a beer or sip fucking soda right now because my old lady didn't bring me a beer down. I asked for a drink and she brought me soda. But you know what I mean? Like, I just like that talk. I just like that same interaction. Like right now, we're getting into the colder months. Ain't half of you guys, as much as you run your mouths, you guys ain't fucking riding. Half of y'all probably already got your fucking bike in the shed. Mine's not. Mine's sitting outside. Unfortunately, now I need to call a buddy to help me move the damn thing and put it in. So there, and then you can come back and yell at me, oh, yeah, shit. And that's the thing too. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, wait, am I a real biker? Is he a real biker? Is he a rub? Oh my god, he fucking trailered. Oh, who gives a fuck? Really, honestly, who gives a fuck? Obviously, a lot of these guys don't give a shit because you're just fucking jealous because it's the fucking shit that you fucking want because you bitch so much about them and everything. But there they are fucking living it up, still posting the same shit they're posting. They don't give a fuck. They'll fucking trailer anywhere. Do I trailer? Maybe once or twice, but I haven't put most of my travelings in during the thing, and it's my goal to ride there. I make that choice. It's a choice you make in life. It's your choice. Like shit. Yes, I got a fucking RV and shit. The roof may be missing and I'm supposed to be fixing it, but I have an RV. Do I meet the fucking rub list? Fuck, I got 2 bikes. I got a touring bike. I got this bike. I got a fucking garage. I got whatever. Does that mean I fucking make the list? You know, it's such bullshit. You guys want all the fucking truth behind this and the truth behind that. Just fuck that shit, dude. If you're doing it and you're being corporate and shit about it, good for you. Good for you. Seriously, I applaud half these guys because a lot of these guys, some of these guys, you talk shit on. A lot of these people, and even some people in the side chat here will fucking talk shit on about, oh, their numbers ain't this big. Do you realize how influential and fucking like inside the actual fucking industry these people are? and they are making headway for you fuckers that are fucking dumb enough to sit there and get suckered to buy this shit. And I'm not saying that either. I don't mean to even say that as a negative manner, because there is some stuff that I bought and I thought I'd never fucking buy, and it works wonders and shit. And there's companies with some great fucking products out there and shit. It's just not my cup of tea. But you know, some of you guys are so fucking hooked on who's buying the next fucking hot thing that it's like, oh my God. And I ain't got the time, I ain't got the wallet for that shit. But the sad part is there's fucking guys in here that bust their ass and they'll do that shit. And you don't realize what they're sacrificing and everything to make those fucking videos. They're committed to that whole fucking thing. And I applaud them. I'm uppity. I'm not, I don't know. Am I uppity? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, fact, yo, listen. I know this is, you know, Walmart, or I'm sorry, I bought this at Ollie's. Oh, it was on clearance, but you know, hey man, I got a you know, clearance Dixon in my garage in my closet. Does that mean I'm a fucking douche or something? I mean, I don't know. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I saw that and I didn't get a chance. I found the bike she wanted for a year and saved for her about 7K on it. What? Okay. I'm going to ask a stupid and probably rude question. Oh, there it is. There it is. Sorry. You already answered it. Dude, that is fucking awesome. That is awesome. Congrats. I hope she fucking wheels the shit out of it. You don't really ride either. Fuck yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, man. It gets you after a while. You get conflicted in the manner because you start caring what fucker, because you try and put yourself in this fucking, everyone talks about a fucking community and shit. And yeah, like, here's my thing. Like, if everyone would just get the idea that if everyone would work together and work along, and like, you know, if he does good, we all do fucking good. Like, shit, probably a lot of these guys probably be in a better fucking situation with their channels and shit instead of sitting and fucking bitching about it. I mean, I really don't care. You can ask Mike Ball. I didn't give a fucking shit. He is calling and texting me the fucking one day that recall video fucking blew up. You know, I'm talking to Brian, all that shit, and they're like, yeah, I'm a little, you know, I'm not like, I was shocked, but I wasn't like, yeah, okay. You know why? Because it's just, it is what it is, you know? Like, it's, if you hit that fucking algorithm and shit. And that's the shitty part about it. So, I mean, she's put, What year is it and everything? Or did you get her a brand new one? I'm sorry. No, I know I didn't. I have no idea. I saw that you guys were on Instagram and all that shit with it, and I was going to re-find it, and I've been busy. Why don't you come on? Steal the old lady setup and come on, fucker. Only for a few minutes, because I know fucking, if you're watching now, make sure you guys head over to Insane Wheels and everything. Pro Monkey's going to be on with Mike Ball, and I believe Hollywood in that. Definitely want to shout out them guys. Mike's been a fucking like a brother to me from coast to coast. That's right. We have that show Coast to Coast, and you know, that'll come back. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. Mike's going to have to beat me with his leg. I'm laid up. I'm pissy. I'm upset. I'm hurt. Boo-hoo. I don't know what to do. Big brother, little brother. He broke my G.I. Joe and I'm still pissed shit. But if anything, I'll say this. Thank you. Oh, he said it. 2017 Road King Laguna Orange with the 107. Look at you. Like I said, if ain't nobody else jumping on, I'll wrap it up with this. Whatever I choose to do, I try and listen to the viewers and the fans and everything and the people that support me. And for the amount of people that do, I'm shocked and I say thank you. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for getting a hold of me behind the scenes. And yes, to many of those that I've talked to, I will meet up with you if I haven't already. I have an open door thing. You give me a phone call, I have a bed. Believe me, you're gonna stay right over on the other side of this computer. Ask Bedlam, he knows. But thank you. And whatever I choose to do with this, it's just to bring some kind of substance and meaning to this shit, other than, whatever. Oh, there he is. There he is. Wait, hold on. Where's he at? There he is. Look at you.
There he is.
Sexy son bitch.
Oh, yeah, far from.
Yeah. What's up, dude?
Oh, nothing. Just still kind of running off the high of finding. So, our local Harley had a Laguna Orange Road King last year. And she saw that and she fell in love with it. She's like, that color is perfect. I love that bike. I'm like, okay, cool. So go down there and talk to him. And she didn't. And I kept giving her shit about it. So she's doing her thing. And she's like, well, maybe. And I'm like, if you keep maybeing, somebody else is going to buy it. And they did. And she got upset. So for a year, she's been looking for a Laguna Orange Road King. Now, this spring, she rode with Dez, did the Baggers and Brews ride, went to Americade, did a ride with Blue and Noggin, went to Babes Ride Out, and then from Babes Ride Out, rode her 1200 Sportster from New York back to Virginia.
Yep.
Loaded with all of her crap plus everything she picked up while she was on the road. Yeah. So she's ready.
Yeah, believe me, my old lady found out about packing and what you buy on the way back from Laconia when we broke the tour pack.
Oh yeah. See, I'm like, you do you, I'll do me. We took our toy hauler. We went out and met up with Rick and Busted, and then from Illinois went to Tennessee.
Yep.
We enjoyed Hog Rock. Had a lot of troubles getting out there, but once we got there, we were good to go. And then Rick come with us down to Tennessee and hung out with us, and man, that was a great week and a half. I'm ready to do that all over again.
Dude, I know. I knew ahead of time, and I was talking with Dallas and we were trying to make things work. And I'm like, look, dude, it's just not going to work, dude. We're going to make it this time. Because we were supposed to meet up with Dallas on the big trip that Bedlam and I took. We were supposed to hook down through Kentucky and all that in the Tennessee and meet up with them. But that Sunday after June Hog Rock, that big storm rolled through and he even canceled too. He goes, dude, there's fucking, I'm standing outside I'm like 5 miles away from Hog Rock screaming into a phone, like, what's the matter? He's like, tornadoes and fucking everything. And I'm like, all right, we'll cancel.
Yeah. And then, unfortunately, Bedlam's stuff happened. He wasn't able to make it to Tennessee. So hopefully that's coming around right. Got, really wanted to meet Bedlam. Really, he was in the right place instead of being in Tennessee. So, but
dude, he's a solid dude, man. I've been talking about fucking 3 years, and that was the big thing about it. Like, I started out, in these Discords and these chat deals, and you meet these guys, and you've been talking to some of these guys for 2-3 years, and then to finally meet them and shake, you know what I mean? Like, you don't expect to see half these fucking guys.
Yeah. I mean, we met up with Busted, and that was the whole thing. Busted goes to Hog Rock, so, and I've been on probably half a dozen of his lives. So I was like, we've got to go to Hog Rock. We got to do it at least once.
Busted was
So-
actually the first one that I went live with ever. And I made like, and we were talking about that at Hog Rock and shit. And like to have to sit there and have a beer with them and go rip around on the golf cart and shit was fucking awesome.
Oh man, we were tearing Hog Rock up on Groms.
Yeah, you bastards.
Oh, it was hilarious. And then so we get there, we're late as hell, show up a day late, and he's helping us unload. And he's like, man, I feel like a monkey fucking a football. Oh, hold on, sorry. There we go.
Shit.
He's like, I feel like a monkey fucking a football. So we go down to the main stage. We're gonna grab some food, and he's like, Stacy goes, I think we forgot to lock up the trailer or close up the trailer. And he says, well, I'll run back. Give me the keys to your Grom. But she ended up riding his Road Glide while we were there too. So, you know,
Yo,
fair
did you eat some of the Southern cuisine from the tent, the Southern cuisine tent? Did you eat from them at all?
I don't think they had the Southern cuisine tent going when we were there. There was a lot of pizza and cheesesteaks and yeah.
See, when we were there, there was like we got hooked up with the Southern cuisine thing because I guess they were there the time before in Bedlam and us we made friends with the whole crew. Like, and we enjoyed the breakfast and stuff. And then there was one pizza place that, man, that fucking slice of pizza was expensive.
Yeah, it was.
And then there was like dinner places, like they were like full meals or some shit.
Yeah.
But anyway,
because we were cooking. I talked to Stacy when we got there. I'm like, we'll cook breakfast. We'll have sandwiches and chips for lunch. And then we're just going to eat dinner there. Because, I mean, we had water and electric. We didn't have sewer.
Right.
So it's like, we'll wash dishes once a day and that'll work. And it did. It worked out great.
Yeah, Rick says the bison burgers.
Yeah, we didn't quite get the June experience, but I think October was more than enough for Stacy.
I think what happens is June, the entertainment factor is a bigger thing. And then obviously you can go to all the things outside of Hog Rock and experience. But I think what happens in October is, and I haven't been there yet, but based off of what Busted and Bedlam have said for the last year or two, it's more of the homey, like you get more of a personal, like fun type of party in October.
Yeah, I really enjoyed October. It wasn't just a wild ass blowout, everything, everywhere, everybody. It was you could sit down and have a beer and BS and then go and meet up with somebody else, and you know you can make friends in October easy.
Oh yeah, so, you could in June. It was just, I think it was just you had a younger crowd, and what was cool is you had more of a chopper kind of Dyna Bro crowd and all that. But the problem was after a while, it got a little out of hand at night. That was about
October was good at night. I mean, you know, those that partake, if you know what I mean, they're still their thing, but
there was a dude. Rick and I had to guide a sir that was on his own little mine trip.
Oh yeah.
So we had to bring him from his mine to real life and keep him from doing a header into the creek.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time. And then, I mean, Tennessee was good. Tennessee was really good. It was nice to finally meet Des in person, even though Stacy spent a week and a half with her. I didn't, you know, they were gone. I had to go to work by the time Des got here to load up. So, and she's as awesome as she appears. If you haven't met her, she's exactly who she says she is.
That's what I mean. Like I said, about everyone that I have met, I've enjoyed meeting. I've had a good time.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you're just not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but in a sense, it's like most of the events that I like going to and the people that I've already met up with, I've always had a great time. Like this shit isn't new, you know. Like some of these people, yes, this is their first time going to some places and it's new and they're not used to that kind of partying or an event. To me, that used to be, every other week and shit at it, on the grounds and everything,
Yeah.
It's not everyone's cup of tea. And, some guys just don't. Some guys like fucking Daytona. Some guys like Sturgis. Some guys like fucking Tennessee. Some guys like fucking, I don't know, Florida. It is what it is.
Yep.
But I know it just sucks because you like trying to meet up with you guys too without like trying to plan like a whole fucking day out and shit. And that's what really it's been because of my work schedule and everything. It's like you think like geographically, it's like, oh yeah, I'm only like 2.5 hours, 3 hours from fucking Virginia. I'm set. And then like, Drew will say something like, oh, you're only 5 hours, you're only 4 hours from me. And I'm like, oh, all right. So I should only be like 4.5, 5 from Fat Guy and them. No, it's fucking 6.5, 7 fucking hours.
Yep. Yep. So I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and come up there and see you.
I think when's the thing going down in West Virginia? Didn't somebody just promote a thing going on in West Virginia at the beginning of the year?
Hells, they're doing a thing. It's a fundraiser. They're helping the high school kids in West Virginia so that they can get their cap and gown, get their class ring, graduate, have the whole experience. Because, I mean, I think everybody knows West Virginia is kind of financially depressed area, and that's not their fault. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that bridge there. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's another good one. But I think we're gonna try and do the Baggers and Brews.
I'm not sure yet because, like I said, that's during Gettysburg, and that's kind of like if Megan.
Yeah,
this was supposed to be the
talked
year.
To Doc, and Doc said the same thing. He does Gettysburg. He's got a relationship with people, and he's going to do Gettysburg. But the problem with him is he was like, well, we can make a day trip and do it, but it's on Saturday, and that's his Gettysburg tour, hang out with specific people. And I get it. I mean, it doesn't line up for everybody all the time. So, but if we come up, we're going to do like a week. We're not doing a weekend. We're not going to do a turn and burn. We're going to drag the trailer up, and then that's our base, and we're going to go wherever we want to go.
Well, dude, fucking just camp out at the fucking house, roll up with everything right in the fucking driveway. You can park out back. I'll hook you up.
I know an electrician. I can get what I need for service.
Oh, we got the service hookups and everything. We had to buy them on the we got that fucking that tent hookup place.
Yeah, I think we might actually end up posted up at Gettysburg, and then run up and do the Baggers and Brews right on Saturday, and then come back down to Gettysburg and probably do like a leave here on Wednesday and go home on Tuesday kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's just like I was trying to say before, like I've talked with Corey and a couple other guys with finding stuff, down in that area. I mean, yeah, it's only 3.5, 4 hours for me, depending on which way I go. But, you go over there for the weekend because you're going to get tuned up and everything. So
yeah.
You're spending like 2 nights at a hotel, and over there in that area, surprisingly, you think it wouldn't be that high, but hotel prices are a little pricey and stuff, man. Like, and I still live like it's 90s and early 2000s pricing.
Same here.
Like, if
the cool part is I can use my travel stuff from work. Well, so if there's a negotiated rate, I get the negotiated rate.
Megan's starting to teach me that shit.
Yep. And that's what I figured. We go to Gettysburg and then leave first thing Saturday morning, come up for the ride, be there for the ride, spend the night in a hotel, and then ride home. Yeah. Or ride back to the Gettysburg.
Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, the only reason why we do Gettysburg is because it's really the only, like, we took the kids to Ocean City once, and it was a mistake. It was a miserable time for them. It was a miserable time for us. It didn't work out. But Gettysburg, for some reason, them kids have a blast either way, whether they're at the campsite or with us at Bike Week. I'll take them over to in the mornings over to check out the bikes and all that and some shit, and they always have a blast. So that's why we go. Megan likes to go. Like the only thing, like I said, that we were kind of getting away from, we've been going to Ocean City. I've been going to Ocean City before it was really Ocean City and it was still Delaware Bike Week. And Megan's been going, we were going for like 6 straight years, and I'm like, I'm burned out. I mean, it's great that all the YouTuber guys are going and shit like that, but I'm like, dude, it's the same shit.
Yeah, I don't, just the type of person I am, I don't see me doing Ocean City or Myrtle Beach or Daytona. It just, I don't think I'd enjoy it.
I've done, this was a while ago. I've done Daytona Bike Week. I've done that twice, and I know I've done Biketoberfest by complete accident. I didn't realize it was Biketoberfest when I got down there, but I was there. And yes, it all depends on who you go with and what you were doing. But if you're expecting a good time to go ride, like you're looking for scenic, beautiful riding, oh my God, good luck. But I can only handle Main Street for about an hour or so, unless we're bebopping to the titty bars. Because I ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah.
And once everyone starts getting a little too out of hand with the liquor and everything, I'm not a good one to be around, whether I'm sober or not, because I just don't like it.
Yeah, same here.
So, but no, we'll make it work, dude. I know I've been busting on Bedlam. Bedlam was supposed to come up this year for Gettysburg, and we were fighting with him, and I was getting on his ass about it, but I know he couldn't do it. He had too much shit going on. I get it. But
yeah, because it's Gettysburg, VAM, and Baggers and Brews all happen at the same time.
I really hope they fucking figure this bullshit out with VAM. Quit making it just a Facebook group. Actually, like, let's advertise the damn thing, because I've missed it 2 times now because we have no idea who it is. Or
we missed it this year because Stacy's brother passed.
Okay.
We were supposed to go. And then, so, and it happens. It is what it is. We didn't get to make it. And then, we want to do the Baggers and Brews ride. Honestly, Bob Veering.
Yep.
That dude is a good dude.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying anything about Bert and George. I haven't met Bert and George. Just to put that out there. I can't say anything about Bert and George because I haven't met him. But I have met Bob, and he came down to Tennessee, and he was a hell of a guy. So
I've gotten to hang out with Bob at least 2-3 times now. And I know last year at Gettysburg, when Apple and them had messaged me the night before, that they were actually, they messaged me. And then when I got with Wilkie, it was me and Wilkie were hanging out in Gettysburg. They said that Rob and Apple were coming over, and that's my whole day was set on just, okay, as soon as them guys get there, I'm fucking ripping.
Yeah, Apple came down too.
Yep, that was when he had just gotten his new bike too, the Road Glide that he has now. Yeah, I was like, you bastard, you.
Yep, I've had Wilkie over to the house.
Dude, Wilkie's a solid motherfucker. Like, I hung out.
He is. He was parked right next to me in Tennessee. He's been to the house. Hell, he offered to come down and meet us. He's in PA. He offered to come down and meet us when Stacy was picking up her Road King.
We just didn't, like I said, I don't like the whole turn and burn thing anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I mean. Like, he was in PA, but he was in like the southwestern end of PA. And it worked out better for him because he could dip down into West Virginia and cut across and have all that great riding. But I told him, I'm like, dude, with my work hours and everything, for me to take the 2.5-3 hours down to snag you, it takes away from actually hanging out and shit. Because then we're just ripping for like an hour, grabbing a beer, maybe food, and then we're fucking leaving. I'm like, I want to take the time to hang with you.
I mean, like what you and Bedlam did, taking a couple 1,000-mile trip. You had time to hang out. You got to Hog Rock, and then you were there hanging out. That's cool. I could do that. I don't want to jump on my bike on a Friday, get into Maryland, spend the night, get up first thing in the morning, ride up to PA, hang out with you for 2 hours on Saturday, and then turn around and run home.
And that's what it was there with a couple of the events I was going to. And it's like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get time to meet anyone. You don't get time to fucking talk to nobody. It's like, hey, snap a couple pics, and that's what's starting to piss me off too. Like, everyone's all like, oh yeah, hey, I met this dude. That's cool. So you rode 3.5 hours for a fucking picture and came home.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. You know, like
Yeah. So what meant the world to me, and I don't know that anybody will ever understand how much it meant to me. On my birthday was the first time I got on my bike this year. It was October. I rode with Dez, Evil Rick, Mr. Thumper, and my wife. And we did a 100-mile ride. We went out to Loveless Cafe, got brunch, rode down Natchez Trace. That was amazing. And then Dallas and Penny had us over. They made cakes because Stacy's birthday's 12 days after mine. They had cakes for both of us. Invited us into the house. We had a great time. And just like everybody showed up to Dallas's house, and that was awesome. That meant the world to me.
And that's what I mean, man. Like, that's what I mean. Like, you make these relationships, you follow these guys, you're you know, like, viewers and shit like you and Rick and fucking Apple and Rob and all them guys. They're not doing YouTube and shit. They're not doing the weekly shit or anything like some of these guys. But they're attached to you. You know what I mean? You grow that relationship with somebody. So when you finally get to meet with that person, it's a big fucking thing. And that's what I try and respect that and understand that too. I want to take the time to actually hang out and make it worth someone's fucking while. I don't want to be one of these dicks that, yeah, hey, come meet me at fucking 10A and I'll be there for fucking 45 minutes and shit. And that's not a knock to nobody. Everyone chill out. Everyone do your own fucking thing. Do you? It's just me personally. I don't care for it. You know?
Yeah, that's not a relationship. That's I got a picture with this guy, that guy, the other guy. You know, there's certain people, and not to harp. Des will call you by name and then put your Instagram handle in because she has a relationship with you. It matters to her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Dude. Like,
that's awesome.
Right there. I mean, and you can ask him the ride back from fucking the ride from Illinois to PA, and then we had a day off, and then the PA to Laconia sucked. It was fucking trash, dude. Like, it was literally a couple thousand miles of rain, hail, and shit. But we fucking were beating the fucking pavement together side by side, and dude, I hadn't done that in years. And that just re-sparked everything, dude. Like, we were at 90 to 100 miles an hour the whole fucking time, dude. I guarantee you, because he was laughing. He goes, I didn't realize we were going to take off like this. I'm like, oh, yes, sir.
Right. And then it's like, I'm sitting around with Frog, talking to Frogzilla, talking to Jamin, and their stories didn't start with, well, we were sitting around the coffee table having a Folgers. You know what I mean? Gremlin, Sandman. You listen to these guys, you just sit down and shut up, let people talk.
Dude, some of them are a wealth and plethora of fucking knowledge, man.
Oh, yeah. Rick.
And Rick's fucking awesome, dude. And I was pissed off because fucking Frog was at Hog Rock when we were there. And because of the shitty cell service and shit, we weren't able to meet up. Like,
that sucks.
But, I mean, hey, not to cut this short, but we were about 5 minutes away from the Insane Wheels channel interview with Pro Monkey. So how about we all just kind of click off of here and head right over to that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mikey Mike. Thank everyone for coming on and listening to me bitch and whine and everything. Like I said, we'll see what the future holds. And for anyone that still follows, thank you. I'm out.
Thanks, Zach.
Yep.